28, 2025. This is a regular meeting of the Newburgh Enlarged City School District. I welcome everybody in the audience, everybody watching online. We will begin with the roll call.
Ms. Christine Bello,
Here.
Ms. Thomasina Bello, Ms. Boucher, Mr. Bergarelli,
Present.
Ms. Burks,
Here.
Mr. Duray,
Present.
Mr. Howard,
Present.
Mr. Levenstein,
Here.
Ms. Politti,
Here.
Ms. Morales.
Here.
Thank you. The next item up is Hispanic Heritage Month, and we'll turn it over to Dr. Manning.
Thank you, Dr. Soto.
Thank you, President and Dr. Manning Campbell, Jacqueline Manning Campbell. It is our pleasure on behalf of our division, Curriculum Instruction Division, elementary and secondary level, that we introduce Dr. Martinez Morales, who will showcase grades K through 12, celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month.
Good evening, Mr. President, board members, Dr. Manning Campbell. Hispanic Heritage is an annual celebration of the history and culture of the Hispanic communities in the United States. The event takes place from September 15 to October 15 every year, and it commemorates how the Hispanic community has influenced and contributed to the American society at large. We are here tonight to share about the many ways we celebrated our students, their families, and their culture during Hispanic Heritage Month, as well as to highlight some of our Hispanic go-backs doing wonderful things in our school district and who continue to represent us and make us proud even after graduation. Our school district is very diverse. We currently have over 36 different home languages from all over the world represented in our students. Nonetheless, prominently, Hispanics comprise over 60% of our total student population. And with Spanish being the predominant home language other than English in our school district, we have Spanish dialects represented by about 20 different Spanish-speaking countries. These include countries such as Argentina, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, Nicaragua, Panama, Paraguay, Peru, Puerto Rico, Spain, Venezuela, among others. The Hispanic Heritage Month is celebrated nationwide, especially in school districts. And the Newburgh Enlarged City School District is not the exception. However, celebrating heritage means honoring our students, their families, and their culture. And that is not something we do in a month. It is an everyday, year-round commitment. Nonetheless, during Hispanic Heritage Month, here in Newburgh, we go all out. I would like to invite our Director of Literacy, Ms. Julie Chambers, to help me share with you about the many different events across our school district and our elementary schools. Welcome. Celebrations included school activities, research projects, presentations using different technology tools, and displayed on bulletin boards. During the celebrations, many parents and staff brought food and dress representing their country. Some schools had guest readers that included administrators, faculty, staff, and community members. And in some schools, these guest readers also included high school students who went to read to elementary students. One of these schools was Garnetown, which had P-Tech visitors. At Fostertown, they created Mexican mirrors to honor famous artist Frida Kahlo. At Velskay, they had creative projects and hands-on activities that combined the arts with honoring the rich contributions of Hispanic scientists, artists, engineers, and innovators. For example, students built rocket ships to honor the astronaut engineer, and inventor, Ellen Ochoa. Ms. Chambers.
Good evening, everyone. So I had the pleasure of visiting several schools across the Newburgh City School District. And I have to say that my heart is full with what I saw in the classrooms and in the schools. I stopped by Temple Hill, where Roxanne Contreras hosted a fantastic illustrator event. She guided students through the process of creating their own illustrations. It was inspiring to watch their creativity come to life. I also had the pleasure of visiting GAMS, where students from all grades performed traditional Latin dances representing countries across Latin America. The music, color, and pride in each performance were absolutely beautiful. And lastly, at Fostertown, I had a wonderful time reading Mango, Abuela, and Me by Meg Medina with students. They were so curious and engaged, asking thoughtful questions, making connections. And a big thank you to Catherine Coffey and Catherine Guzman for inviting me to their classrooms and giving me the chance to share the special book with their students. It was such a joy to see our students learning, creating, and celebrating culture in so many meaningful ways. Thank you to all the teachers and administrators and staff who made these experiences possible.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Chambers. Like she said, our students perform dance routines representing different Latin American countries. The assembly at GAMS has students dancing through the rhythms of Argentina, Belize, Colombia, Dominican Republic, Mexico, Puerto Rico, and Venezuela. Fostertown had a salsa dancing day, where a professional dance instructor taught students throughout the day, as well as an evening assembly for parents and students to join. Garnertown had the entire school dancing, guided by a professional dancer from our community. At Meadow Hill School, the fourth grade bilingual class completed a mini unit about El Día de los Muertos to help them explore and appreciate the cultural significance and traditions of this important celebration for the Mexican community. Today, we have some students from Ms. Maceda Rueda fourth grade bilingual class from Meadow Hill School to share about their projects. Please. Come on, Jacob and Melanie. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jacob Davalos Pobis, and I am a fourth grade student at Meron Hill School. For Hispanic Heritage Month, we learned about Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead in Peru. My family doesn't really celebrate this holiday, but we decided to try something new, and
You can have it over.
Hmm?
You can have it open. You can have it open and read it if you like to.
and learn together. We created this mini ofrenda at home using a cardboard box, paper, and a small decoration. I added candles, food made out of Play-Doh, and pictures of skulls to represent the thing people usually include to honor loved ones, and a picture of my great-grandfather to represent someone who was very special to me and my mom. My mom said she really enjoyed helping me. It brought our family together, and we had a lot of fun making it. I'm proud of how I turned it out and happy that I got to learn about another Hispanic tradition while celebrating my own culture too. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Hello everyone, my name is Melanie Samano and I'm also in 4th grade at Middle Hill School. When I started learning about Dia de los Muertos, I was so excited because my family celebrates this tradition every year. It's a time when we remember and honor loved ones who have passed away. But it's also full of joy. colors, and memories. We made our one mini ofrenda to show what we learned. I used flowers, pictures, and papel picado to decorate mine. I include a photo of my abuelo, and I made this ofrenda thinking of him. This project taught me that traditions help us feel connected to our families and our heritage. It was really meaningful to create something from the heart and share it with others. I really like sharing what I already know about this tradition with my classmates, and it made me feel proud of my culture. Thank you for giving me the chance to share with you.
Thank you to our fourth grade bilingual students and to Ms. Maceda Rueda, who also came to support our students. Thank you. And now, I would like to invite our Director of Middle School, Ms. Puchcaster, to help me share with you about the many different events across our school district at the secondary level. In our high schools, we had students' assemblies and dance performance representing different Spanish-speaking countries. At NFA Maine, Ms. Clifford's dance class had a special guest, NFA alumni Bernie Balbuena from the Broadway musical On Your Feet. He rehearsed for the Hispanic Heritage Assembly with the dancers who performed Conga by Gloria Estefan. Also, during Hispanic Heritage Assembly at Maine, we had students expressing themselves through the arts with dancing, singing, and poetry recitals. Our high school goalbacks also share presentations and research projects about different countries. Many schools collaborated with guest readers and speakers that included administrators, faculty, staff, and students from other schools, as well as community members. For example, the NFA North Assembly had dance performances from GAM students. And in Mr. Alonso's Spanish class, they interviewed Hispanic faculty and staff. Ms. Puchcaster?
Thank you. Good evening. Throughout Hispanic Heritage Month, our middle school scholars engaged in a variety of meaningful activities that celebrated culture while also building literacy and communication skills through culturally responsive practices across their classrooms. At Temple Hill Academy partnered with the FACE team to host a panel discussion that featured Dr. Vaughn, educational supervisor of Mrs. Laura Balbuena Garcia from New York Immigration Coalition, Mr. Joseph Pimentel, an artist, local artist, Ms. Giselle Martinez, councilwoman for the city of Newburgh. Students demonstrated and practiced listening, speaking, and critical thinking skills as they engaged with panelists and their stories of identity, leadership, and perseverance. These skills are also present throughout all of their classrooms in ELA, social studies, science, math, and so on. Meadow Hill South Middle School and Heritage Middle School hosted very vibrant, and I was amazed at their skill sets there and what the kids showcased, celebrations, bringing together students, families, and community members. Through poetry readings, storytelling, cultural dances that the students danced, and music, artwork, and shared meals, students showcased their heritage while strengthening their reading, writing, oral expression skills, and demonstrating all of their amazingness that are at the heart of our district's literacy focus. These events highlighted not only rich diversity and cultural pride of our scholars, but also the power of literacy as a bridge for understanding, empathy, and voice. So thank you to all of our middle school staff, students, and all of our community members.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Puchcaster. Some classes research influential Hispanics throughout history. For example, at South Middle School, the 7th and 8th graders in Ms. Reed's social studies bilingual classes learn about the astronaut Jose Hernandez and the civil rights activist Cesar Chavez. They use the Freire model to analyze vocabulary. They practice annotations and engaged in academic discussions and class presentations. And we have some students from Ms. Reed's class here to share their projects with you.
Good evening. My name is Angie, and this is Brianna, Kimberly, and Luis. We're 7th and 8th grade students currently in the bilingual program at South Middle School. We are here to share what we do and what we learned during our Hispanic Heritage Month project in Social Studies.
In 7th grade, we worked on a project called Dream Big. We started by watching the movie A Million Miles Away about astronaut Jose Hernandez. The movie taught us about having a dream, birds, and goal setting.
While watching, we use the prior model that understand the new vocabulary and hence class discussion about the movies and messages.
After that, we each chose a different Hispanic person who followed their dreams. We practiced annotating and close reading to find key details.
The main we use that we learn to create something to teach our classmates, like posters, digital books, or slideshows.
I read about Pedro Pascal. His dream was to become a famous actor and leave the dictatorship in Chile. With this project, I learned that regardless of what happened, we have to continue to pursue our dreams and try to achieve them.
I read about Sonia Sotomayor. Her dream was to become a lawyer. With this project, I learned that you shall never give up.
In 8th grade, our project was called Voices of Change. We learned about Cesar Chavez by watching the movie Cesar Chavez, which showed how he organized farm workers and fought for justice. Like the 7th graders, we used the Fair Mother to learn new words, this time about activists like boycott, organize, and justice. We also practiced annotation and discussion skills while writing about other Hispanic leaders who stood up for change. At the end, we create projects to share what we learned with the class. Some of us made posters, others made digital books or presentations to highlight how these leaders inspired others to take action. I read about Julia de Burgos. She helped to bring attention to women's rights in Puerto Rico. With this project, I'm learning that our past is really important and that we should learn what they went through to help us have a better future. I read about Rosalia. She also spoke about women's rights. With this project, I learned that if you want to achieve something, you have to keep going and not give up. Thank you for your time.
Thanks again to our students and Ms. Reed, who's also here with us, for their wonderful work. We invite you to visit our website, newbergschools.org, for more detailed information about the different events and activities across our school district. I will also like to share the other presentation. Thank you. Okay. I would also like to share updates about some of the wonderful leadership programs our Hispanic students participate in. One of these programs is PRILA, which stands for Puerto Rican Hispanic Youth Leadership Institute. PRILA is a state-funded leadership development program for Hispanic juniors and seniors across New York State. Through engaging monthly workshops, students network with peers and community leaders, develop public speaking skills, learn parliamentary procedures, and research bills. And they debate these bills during a weekend event that includes a mock legislative assembly at the New York State Capitol in spring of every year. This school year, 15 of our juniors and seniors Goldbacks are participating in the Hudson Valley Pride delegation, and we are confident that many of them will be selected to join the hundreds of students from across New York State who will attend the statewide mock assembly weekend in Albany this coming spring. Another great leadership opportunity where our alumni goldbacks represented our school district was the Origins of Excellence program. This past summer, 3 of our 2025 graduates of Dominican heritage were among the 30 chosen seniors across New York State to participate in the Origins of Excellence program. This initiative was a collaboration between the Dominican Republic Consulate in New York and the New York State Department of Education to honor high-achieving Dominican high school graduates in New York State. This program provided a cultural immersion experience through a fully funded cultural exchange trip to the Dominican Republic with the goal to celebrate and promote heritage, inspire the next generation of leaders, and strengthen the connection between the Dominican American community. I had the opportunity to chaperone this trip, and it was the opportunity of a lifetime for our alumni and truly an honor for me. During this trip, students met with politicians and government officials. As you can see in this picture, this is them meeting with the Dominican Republic President, Luis Abinader. And they also met with many other important officials, including the Minister of Foreign Affairs. We also visited museums, national monuments, and landmarks. They are currently attending college, and we are all very proud of them. I know we're out of time. We had a slideshow of the many, many events that went across our school district. Once again, we do invite you to our school district website. All of our events and celebrations are posted there. And so we do hope that you enjoy the presentation about how we in Newburgh celebrate our Hispanic heritage, as well as hearing about our alumni and the leadership programs our Hispanic Goldbacks engage and participate in. Celebrating our students' heritage means honoring our students, their families, their language, and their culture, not during a specific time period, but as a year-round commitment. Thank you.
Dr. Martinez-Morales, thank you for the wonderful presentation highlighting our students and their contributions to our Newburgh community. I invite our family and friends to look around the boardroom and see the artwork that has been created. We appreciate the time and care you took to share our students' voices and experiences. Thank you.
We would also like to thank the families for being here and some of our staff members. Thank you for your support. We could not do this without you, so thank you for always supporting us. Thank you.
Mr. Howard.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would just like to say this was an incredible Hispanic Heritage Month. I'd like to congratulate Dr. Morales and everybody throughout the district who went the extra yard to celebrate one of the things that I think is so important, so beautiful about our district, the diversity that we have. Being a person that went to school here and have worked in this community and been here for a long time, 63 years, but I think it's something that I celebrate. As I go around the country, when I talk about the Newburgh Lawrence City School District, I talk about the diversity that we have. I talk about the levels of culture sharing that we had, and I got to be perfectly honest with you. I learned something. I went to about 4 or 5 different Hispanic heritage celebrations, and the actual programs were incredible. And I actually learned about Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead. No, really, I was not familiar with that. And I learned something. At 63, I learned something about another culture that I think is so important. That's what this is about. Celebrating each other's cultures, celebrating the diversity that we have in this district. And I'll swear by this. Our children that leave Newburgh and Lawrence City School District, when they go on to whatever they decide to do, college, career, military, anything, they are prepared. They're ready. Because you'll be surprised at the amount of other children that did not go to school in a diverse population and are just not familiar with other cultures. And I want to encourage us to keep doing that, celebrating the cultures, Hispanic Heritage Month, but also all the other cultures that we have in this district. We need to go further in celebrating and getting to understand each other. The understanding of one another brings about the love in our community and the celebration, the pride of being a Goldback. Thank you.
I just want to also mention that, Dr. Morales, I saw you yesterday evening getting this room ready, and I believe we were in your way, but that did not stop you. And as I'm looking around, I see how beautiful the room is. So thank you for your dedication and your commitment. We appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, with that, we're going to move into executive session. Be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby recesses into executive session for the following purpose: matters made confidential under FERPA, matters leading to the employment of particular employees or corporations, employment history of employees or corporations, collective bargaining under the Taylor Law, NTA, CSEA, appeals to the Commissioner of Education filed by David Rain and Christine Bello, and to obtain advice from legal counsel. Can I get a motion in a second?
So moved.
Second. Roll call, Ms. Boucher.
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli.
Yes.
Ms. Burks.
Yes.
Mr. Duray. Mr. Howard.
Yes.
Mr. Levenstein.
Yes.
Ms. Politi.
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello.
Yes.
Thank you. We're back in public session, and we are at the Pledge of Allegiance, tonight led by Ms. Boucher. Thank you. We're at item 3, public comment on agenda items. Anybody signed up for agenda items?
You have one person signed up, Ms. Tracy Wallace.
I'm speaking on agenda item 6.2, which is the review and adoption of 4,000 policies. I wrote to the Board of Ed, and I added superintendent and assistant superintendent in an email to include some of the policy number 4321, programs for students with disabilities. So I asked, I looked at the New York State School Board Association, and there is a comprehensive list, and there is a legally required list of policies. So we have the legally required New York State School Board Association policies. So the difference between the comprehensive list on the New York State School Board policies is it's guidelines to help your district have more clear policies, so that I oftentimes see this as student protections, because if it's in the policy, you could say, okay, well, the schools have to, do this for my student because it's in your policy. I asked to please add several different if I don't have it in front of me, I am going to print out one next time. If you look at policy 4321, and then point 3, point 4, point 5, it goes all the way down. I don't have all of them with me. One of them is referral process, recording of committee on special education meetings. Another one is independent education, educational evaluation. I don't have exact one with me. I also have, and looking at this, I would have to go through the New York State School Board Association. But the point of it is that I'm asking for the school board to look at the comprehensive list. And so I'm aware that on the committees, the administration is on these committees, and that they have a say in what these board policies, what their recommendations or can be. But at the end of the day, the board, it's just the number one priority when you take your oath, when you look at your when you become a board member, policies are really the number one important thing that you have to really look at. And the board is not looking at the comprehensive list. Your legal lawyer, yes, says what legally you can do, but we also don't have, and again, I advocated during the time and we had several different superintendents, like who's suspended and then who's going to be in your place, and then all these interim and all of these, and it was a hot mess because we don't have a policy. We don't have a superintendent's policy, and we can. It's not contractual. It's not contractual or certain obligations, but policy, and I know Mr. Shaw's firm is aware of this. He's been doing this a long time. We are not the only district he represents. He's fully aware of contractual and policies. But currently, the policies are not protecting our students. And instead of dismissing the policies and said, we don't want these policies, if we can't have these policies because we're understaffed, or, we can't, like preschool evaluation was on one of these policies I asked to add. Maybe we can't do all the preschool evaluations because we're understaffed. I don't know what those conversations are, but these are conversations that we need to have. We can't just say we're not adopting these policies. These are policies that other districts have. These are policies that individual education evaluation, that's a policy we can add. We can add superintendent's, but we can add in the 4,000 policies under 4321, there are several that we can add that are not legally obligated, but are certainly ones that protect these students so that it's in the policy that they can get these required evaluations needed, these assessments that they need. We can add to these policies so that the parent, the student, the parent, the admin, the building can have much more clear guidelines when looking at students that need these extra supports. So I'm asking for the district to look at the comprehensive list. We already have the legal, right? So that's definitely bolded in today's agenda. It's in bold. That the IDA and we delete. I understand we have legal policies, but we do not have full comprehensive list policies in our district that can protect our students. And I'm going to then print them again. And I'm going to write to the New York State School Board Association to make sure that we are clear on comprehensive and what are those guidelines so that we can, I'm trying as an advocate, I'm here as a community advocate, I'm not doing anything else to help guide. Thank you.
Thank you.
If there's nobody else signed up to speak on agenda items, if you would like to address the board on agenda items, please come forward.
Good evening, sir. Before you begin, I just want to review the policy. Our policy for public comment at board meetings says no person may speak who is not a resident, the parent of a student, or employee of the school district. Are you yes to any of those?
So if somebody pays school taxes, that does not count.
Not according to the policy, it does not. No person
Fascinating.
may speak who is not a resident, the parent of a student, or employee of the school district. So if you own property in the town of Newburgh, but you have a mailing address, for instance, in New York City, that would be your residence, so you're not a resident of the district.
And what is your policy on speaking by proxy?
No. We do not allow that.
I suppose that'll have to be taken up externally, aside from the moment of this meeting then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else that would like to address the board on agenda items? Okay, we'll move on to non-agenda items. The first person signed up to speak on non-agenda items is Ms. Tracy Wallace.
Thank you. I would like to address some disturbing information that had happened to me and my son at a current school. So my son and his friends, they have been, as we say, or as the assistant principal of the school said, horsing and playing around. And during that time, there was an incident, someone fell, total accident, and they wanted to say that they wanted to discipline my son and some other kids that did not push this person, anything like that. So then, of course, I address the school and say, this is not an incident, this is an accident, that this kid fell, and moving on. Then there was another incident, same group of kids, something happened in the classroom. I totally hold my son accountable for it. They wanted to call it another incident. Fine. Here I am, asking for the code of conduct, asking for the policies. I'm sitting there, and I said, so what modifications are you doing to your policy? Because these kids have ADHD or, they have a diagnosis in IEP, so what modifications are you doing? They weren't doing any modifications. They were looking at the code of conduct and basically saying, well, we're gonna treat this as an incident. Well, it's not an incident, right? According to your code, it's not an incident. It can definitely be a disturbance in the classroom. And so then I come to find out, my son comes home and says, Mom, my friend was running in the hallway and he got his Chromebook taken away for a week. And then he couldn't have lunch with his friends for a week as well. So here I am asking for a parent's phone number. Here I am trying to be an advocate. I'm gonna ask the district to please review trainings. I'm actually offered to go in to talk to the 7th grade team in the building where my son is to talk about modifications. So the modification that I requested was that the 3 boys who absolutely adore each other have healthy relationship guidelines and short-term therapy and transition therapy, which is basically just learning how to play in a healthy manner, in a healthy way. Because they're not getting those guidelines, they're just being punished. And they're calling these incidences, and they're not hitting each other. So I'm asking for the district to please look at your buildings and guidelines and ensure that your buildings administrative are doing modifications, especially when looking at children. These are kids in ICT classrooms. So these kids, some kids in the ICT class are mixed, I'm aware of that. But if you have a classroom, and another issue was, during one of these incidences, 2 teachers were not in the classroom. On my son's IEP, they are required to have a special education teacher and regular teacher in the classroom at all times. These kids were playing around, they should have been separated. There should have been proactive solutions to these situations and not reactive. And we are definitely a reactive district. We are way too reactive and not proactive. I'm asking the district if you could please look into trainings for your buildings so that we can have more short-term therapy. These kids need guidelines, especially kids that go straight to anger or are watching reactive administrators in our district. I'm actually gonna look into the Chromebook being taken away for a week and see if that stopped him from learning. I'm gonna look into if he has an IEP, I'm gonna talk to the parent. And I'm not doing it to penalize the building, I'm doing it because the building should have these proactive solutions, should not be taking Chromebook away for a week, and certainly should not be taking a child with ADHD, their recess away. Because you can't do that. These people need these outlets, but they need guidance and not punishments. So I'm asking for the district to look within and to please find trainings for the district so that we can have more guidance in our district and less punishments in our district, because the kids don't understand why they're punished and they're just gonna go back and do the same thing and they keep getting punished for the same thing when they're good friends, but they're not understanding healthy relationships and they're not being separated in certain groups when it comes to at least learning. Thank you.
If anybody else would like to address the board on non-agenda items, please come to the podium.
Thank you. We'll close out agenda and non-agenda items and move on to superintendent's update.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to ask Dr. Freeman Mack to speak about Red Ribbon Week and our kickoff.
Thank you. My apologies. I wrote myself a script so I don't go off script. So Red Ribbon Week, Red Ribbon Week, say that 4 times really fast. Red Ribbon Week is a nationally recognized campaign that promotes drug prevention, healthy decision-making, and positive lifestyle choices among students. It's celebrated each October. It provides schools with an opportunity to educate students about the dangers of substance abuse while reinforcing the importance of living drug-free. And that's done so through themed activities, classroom discussions, and community partnerships. And students are encouraged to build resilience and make choices that support their overall well-being. It's an annual observance that also highlights the shared responsibility of schools, families, and communities in creating safe and supportive environments where all students can thrive. On October 22nd, the New Bergen Large City School District proudly participated in the Red Ribbon Ceremony alongside approximately 200 students from neighboring school districts. This was done in Goshen High School. That was the host high school this year. And we are proud to and honored to receive the Burning Bush. The Burning Bush symbolizes our commitment to this vital cause. And we're also very proud to announce that next year, the New Bergen Large City School District will be the host district for the Red Ribbon Ceremony, which encompasses Orange County. So all the districts will be coming here for the opening ceremony for Red Ribbon. And the burning bush is pretty beautiful. We're going to take that bush that we received and plant it at the location where the Red Ribbon Ceremony will be. And then we will get another burning bush and pass that on to the next host district. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Dr. Mack, can you speak a little bit about Red Ribbon Week, what it entails, what levels of conversations are had with elementary school, middle school, and high school level, and what that looks like?
So we partner with ADAC and Team Newburgh and our parent coordinators. We're in schools every single day throughout the week and giving students information on making the right decisions as it lends itself to drug and alcohol abuse and substance abuse. Red Ribbon Week came into play because there was an undercover narcotics officer who was killed in the line of duty. So this is also to honor and commemorate his service and also to speak about, drug usage and things that occur at the middle and high school level. There are different speakers and videos that the students can see so they can learn a little bit more about it. Students also, there's a table where they make a pledge to say no to drugs and they sign that. And then they also receive a cute little red ribbon that they wear on their lapel. Also, the staff and students participate as well. So that's pretty much what goes on during the week.
So, based on that, in our communities now, the drug use is starting early. It's starting before middle school. It's sad to say this, but these young people are exposed to these elements in the elementary school level. So I think it's some things that need to be talked about at that. I don't know what it is. I'm not the professional there, but we need to start having those conversations in the elementary schools because middle school is too late. And these kids are in an environment, some of these kids are in an environment where they're exposed to drugs at an early age. And they need to learn early how to say no or the impact of what this could possibly mean. Like I said, I'm a layman here, but I will tell you that kids younger than middle school age are exposed in an environment where these drugs are available and readily within eyesight.
Absolutely. And we do, there's programs like DARE that operate also at the elementary level. So we can also, share information about Red Ribbon Week at the elementary level. We just want to do so with parent consent as well, with maybe our fourth and fifth graders and see how parents feel about doing so in third grade. And it is a campaign that is absolutely needed because our students need to know. So I agree with you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Freeman Mack. We also have our upcoming community call for action, so we will be gathering stakeholders together to support our scholars. We know that we simply cannot do this alone, so I believe we have about 50 or so partners who will be meeting with us one day this week, later this week, so we can talk about some strategies and how we continue to support and honor students in our community to make sure that we provide them with the resources that they need to be successful. I'm going to say it. So we sent out a survey, NFA naming event. So before you groan, I just want to say, it was simply to garner some collaboration and support from the community. As you know, my entry into the district has really been about collaboration, and so this was another example of collaboration. We are opening a new building, and we need to name that building. So we thought to get some ideas from the people who are in the community, our staff members, our families, our students. Hey, what do you think about XYZ? We had no intention on changing anything. It was a feeler. I got the message. It's staying. Just so you know, we have a deadline in which we have to name the CTE building, and so in the spirit of that, we put that survey out there. So I did not want to name the building by myself, so I wanted to garner some support, and that is why we put that out there. It came back. So we pushed out another survey this week. So I know that there was a lot of conversation. There was no agenda to change the name, just to get some information from you all. Capital Plan meetings. So we've had the opportunity to meet with the CTE teachers over the past couple of weeks, myself and Dr. Soto and some members of the cabinet. So we want to let you know that we hear you. We'll continue to work to ensure that you are supported, and we all have what we need for this new exciting building in our community, and we're looking forward to sharing so much information, and I'm looking forward to tonight's presentation as well. So glad you were in the audience today, Tom, with the burning bush. I saw the light bulb. Okay. Lastly, I just want to really talk about the presentation. We had an opportunity on Friday, myself, Ms. Roaring, and Tom, to present to approximately, it was standing room only. We were in New York City at the NSBA conference, where approximately 800 school districts are represented, and I have to say that we were proud to present our project, our CTE building. We had some current and former board members in the room, and we were so proud to represent us, and it was literally standing room only. So thank you very much for everyone who participated. Thank you. Okay, yes.
That was me trick-or-treating. So just, I want to give a quick shout out. We have our second annual trunk or treat event tomorrow, October 29th at Gidney Avenue. This is a district trunk or treat event. It's important that our students have safe places to get candy from. It's a different time, and we just wanted to create a safe environment with our community partners. So we have almost 30 community partners who are coming out and decorating their trunks and dressing up. We've got a DJ that's going to be out there tomorrow. Our students that are going to be performing in Chicago in a couple of weeks in the musical are also coming out to sing some of their songs, so that's going to be amazing as well. I heard a rumor that the board members are decorating their trunks, and they're saying that they're going to have the best costumes. We'll see. There's a lot of schools that are also participating and decorating some trunks. We did this event last year, and at 7:30 we were begging people to go home, and it was raining, and all the kids were there. The kids' costumes were amazing. So again, that's tomorrow night from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. We use the Gidney Avenue location because it's a great location to use. So we do hope y'all come out. And even if you just want to say hi to kids and look at their costumes and wave at them, they would love to see their teachers. So thank you.
Mr. Howard.
Thank you, Mr. President. So I think this is a great idea tomorrow, but going forward, I would love for us to have the opportunity to collaborate with other municipalities, perhaps City of Newburgh, Town of Newburgh, Town of New Windsor, because I've heard, and I hope I'm wrong, but is the City of Newburgh having their event at the same time that we're having ours?
So when we were planning the event, we did reach out. They were doing it on a different night, and I don't know when the night changed, unfortunately, but we didn't want to have a conflict.
So are they doing it the same night we're doing ours?
Theirs is from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Ours is from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Same night.
And you know what? It's great because kids have a lot of places to go and get candy.
But think about it. I think I'm more big picture. Think about having a larger venue and the whole community's coming together. I think it knocks it out on one evening for everybody instead of having different locations.
Understood.
That's just me, but you know.
We agree. We have a lot of community partners. We reached out, and we'll keep reaching out. But kids have lots of places to get candy from.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Up, C.S. Sarge and Jacobs will present their updates. And we have Mr. Thurnow in the audience, so thank you very much.
Good evening. It's great to be back and give you the next capital presentation. Welcome, everybody. Again, my name is Tom Ritzenthaler. This is Ben Ailing with Jacobs. We're going to try to keep this going very nicely. Very similar agenda to what we normally present. Update on each of the capital projects, starting with the locker room, then of course the new CTE building. We'll talk about New Windsor Elementary, then the Prop 5 projects, and then we'll go through the entire budget review for the 2019 bond project. As you know, I always start with this, keep us focused. This is about improving environments for our students, keeping the focus on children where it belongs. So let's talk a little bit about the NFA locker rooms. I'm gonna kind of give you an update of where we're at, and then Ben's gonna go through and give you the budget update as to where we are budget-wise. We've been doing a lot of work. You'll see that we're scheduled for completion November 20th, so we're less than a month away. Contractors are working really, really hard. Lots of stuff going on. Floor tile, wall tile, looks really amazing. I'll show you some pictures in a minute. All the mechanical ductwork is installed. Locker and bench support steels is in. A lot of progress has been made over the past couple of months, which you'll see. In the next few weeks, we're gonna have doors getting set. We're gonna have toilet partitions, painting, lockers will be installed. It's gonna be pretty amazing when the students see it for the first time and get opportunity to use it. So this is the floor plan, of course. You remember this involves the boys' locker room proper, as well as team rooms for both the boys and the girls. Team room for the girls is on the left, team room for the boys is on the right. They're identical number of lockers in each team room, as it should be. We got a big toileting and shower area for the boys' locker room, and then we've got a locker room for coaching staff and others off to one side as well. And then of course in orange you can see we have two offices for the male and female coaching staff. So a little bit of pictures, and you're going to see these are from October 22nd, so not too distant. So you can see a lot of the block work is complete. We're starting to do sheetrock. We've got all the ductwork installed. You can see ceilings are starting to go into place. And actually, if you looked at it today, it would be much further along even today. Here you can see a picture from last month in September, and now you can see the October 22nd, all the wall tile. That's where all of the toileting for the boys' locker room is. The shower stalls are off to the left-hand side. And you want to go through a little bit with the budget?
Yeah, so this slide is just showing potential change orders that have come to date. General contractors, the first section, electrical contractors second, mechanical, plumbing. You'll see the ads on what what they have in terms of totaling for the potential change orders. Let me go to the next slide. This is the approved change orders to date, electrical, mechanical, plumbing, and then down below, you'll see the electrician has been a process change order under an allowance disbursement. And then this just kind of gives an overall picture of what the base contracts were awarded at, the total potential change orders, the total approved change orders, and then what those amounts add up to.
All right, so let's talk about the CTE building. And of course, it was wonderful to highlight to New York State the incredible opportunity. I think everyone was really amazed at the approach to the building, all the programs that were going to be in the building. I think everyone was curious to see that the building's going to have a dog run in front of it for the vet tech and vet grooming program. Something very unique. So very, very well received. Really kept the emphasis on workforce development and how important it is in this region as well as across the state and even national. So really highlighted the district in a very good sense. So again, the exterior renderings, and when I show you the actual pictures, we're getting very close to what that rendering looks like. So you can see the project's about 65% complete. Remember, we're going to open up in September of 2026. Gas main was completed this month. Stair 3 stairs were poured. We've got the last sections of roofing being installed. Second floor classrooms are being closed in and prepped for paint. You know, we're getting to that area where we're going to start to install the interior finishes. We're doing some site work, curb and sidewalk installation. The main electrical wire for permanent power was pulled by Central Hudson. That's a big step. The transformer energization of the building was scheduled for December, so that's coming up. We're going to energize the building. That's a big step. The elevator pit's being waterproofed. Again, the elevator's going to be delivered mid-December, and that'll start that process as well. So here we are, September 8th. This is what it looked like. You can see we've got a lot of the exterior wall construction in place. In that very center, does this have a pointer? Yeah, in the very center, this is the center entrance. This gets a cast stone, so it's going to be a different, a lighter colored cast stone product to highlight the entrance to the building, and that's in process as well. And you can see now we're getting ready to put the brick up on the back wing of the building, which is the northeast side of the building. And you can see this picture looks down at West Point, just to point everybody, that's West Point, that's Bannerman's Island, and this is the high school right here. So here you can see from September 8th to October 22nd, you can see we've got the windows being installed. We've got a lot of the brickwork in place, and God bless you. The interior, you can see prepped. We're pretty much getting ready for paint. So you can see the building is getting closed in. It's nice to have the windows in. It's nice to have all the mechanical systems in place. Again, the rest of the exterior envelope has been addressed. That was September to October. Some interior. This is the interior corridor along the 3-story section of the building. You can see this finishing up. And what's nice to see is all the natural light in this building. A lot of emphasis placed on natural light for the students. The courtyard, really, really an amazing space. It's going to be great for the students during good weather to use that as part of their lunchroom when they eat their lunch during the day. Again, big difference here, you know, September 8th to October 22nd to get the mechanical systems in place, get a lot of that envelope in place for brickwork. Scaffolding, again, continuing on with the brickwork. This is one of the yards where this will house the transformer and the generator, as well as an area for the students to stage cars for the auto shop program. Here's that interior courtyard to the building. Again, this is going to be overflow during good weather for students to use during lunchtime. It's really, really a nice space. It's good to see it for both inside and outside the building. Some of the interior stairs. And now I'm going to let Ben go through and talk about the budgeting, where we are. Leave you there.
Yeah, so you guys can see these are, this was what was previously approved since the last meeting. These are approved change orders since that date. So you can see between now and then, there's about 144,000 approved. This is what the total to date is for approved change orders. And then this just adds the state contract. This is the total construction hard cost number. And this just kind of goes through that number again down here, and this is what's tracking against the estimated cost for change orders. So we move from that slide to New Windsor. This is just the construction update. Did you want to do this? Okay. So board approved the new general contractor and site contractor for this project on August 26th. There was some repairs to the temporary bus loop at New Windsor Elementary School. Site contractor has completed the site clearing work to date, which is in the back of the building. We'll get to those plans after this. Site contractor has also started the stormwater protection work as well, which is also in the rear of the building. Installation of stormwater retention tanks is currently in progress. And again, you'll see that in the construction photo updates. And both the electrical and mechanical contractor intend to start their roughing work for the Proposition 5 mechanical upgrade scope, which will occur during second shift because school's in session during the school year. General contractor intends to start interior work this week. These are just some phasing plans. This is the lower level of New Windsor. And this kind of highlights the scope of work where MEP work happens on that section. You'll see the area in purple here is the building addition. This again this is the first floor. This shows all of the mechanical upgrades that has to happen in this section of the building. This is the addition that merges with the existing wing of the building. And we'll go to the next slide here. This just gives an overview site plan of the work. This was the temp bus loop that they did repairs to. The site contractor has already started to clear trees and grub the grounds to prepare for the site work that's happening over here. These are some photos of the current work that has happened. These are the detention tanks that they've started to install, and this is the repair work that was done to the temporary bus loop. This is just a high-level overview of the financial summary. To date, contract awards were 26 million and change. This is the total approved change orders to date, and this is where the total contract awards or hard construction cost stands. This moves into Proposition 5, which is all mechanical upgrade works. Phase 1 contained 3 schools in that upgrade. So that was Gidney Avenue Elementary School, the Temple Hill Academy, and Meadow Hill Gem School. You'll see here on the construction updates, this phase is substantially complete. New unit ventilators were installed in every classroom at Meadow and Temple Hill, and the pre-K wing only at Gidney Avenue, which these units have heating and cooling now. The units that they replaced only had heating. Gyms at these schools now have central cooling. Most of the air conditioning was commissioned in September. Contractors are currently working on commissioning and programming controls for heating. Contractors have already started to submit closeout documents for this project. They're on their way to closing this project out. This is a list of change orders that have been provided to date with the allowance disbursements. So these have gone against allowances that were part of the contractor's contracts. And then this is a list of some proposed change orders that have not hit yet or have not been processed for the general contractor, electrical contractor, mechanical contractor. And then here's some progress photos of the mechanical equipment that was installed. This is at Gidney Avenue Elementary School. There was some rooftop units that were added. These are some outside condensers, as well as some more outside condensers. They've been fenced in. These are some photos from Temple Hill. You'll see some additional ductwork that was added. This is a new unit that was put into the gym. And these are rooftop units at that school as well. This is at Meadow Hill, the sister school of Temple Hill, and you can see the same thing going on. They've got outside condensers, a new air handling unit, and some rooftop units here. This brings us into Proposition 5, Phase 2, which is encompasses Gardnertown, Fostertown, and Bonville. The updates for this project, all the switchgear was installed at Bonville, Fostertown, and Gardnertown over the summer. This project is substantially complete as of August 8th. Startup and testing of the new switchgear has been complete. And then since the last board meeting, the contractors have been working on finalizing their closeout documents and targeting November of 2025 to close this project out financially. These are some photos of the new switchgear. This is Bonville here with the outside piece of gear. This is Gardnertown, and then this is Fostertown. And then this brings us into the 2019 proposition bond budget. You'll see here we've put a comparison together of what the numbers that were put together by the previous construction manager for this bond originally. These are currently the construction hard costs, what they've come to date. And then there are some deltas here on this side as to how these numbers compare to what was initially identified by the previous CM for these. So this just gives kind of a numbers overview of these. You'll see the asterisks next to some of these identify either an estimate or the original bond cost, which again, I said this column here identifies that original number that was put together for this. This just gives an overview of definitions for what incidental costs are versus construction hard costs. We've previously presented on this before, and then that just takes us to questions.
And before we hit any questions, I just wanted to, I was remiss in just mentioning one thing for the board. We are now obviously in the fall, the students are back in session, so we're beginning to now arrange for those CTE student site visits back to the site so they can continue their education with the CTE building and start to learn the different facets of construction as we enclose. So that's ongoing. And then it's not just the CTE students, it's also the photography students that we bring to the site with our photographer and with our drone pilot. They love that. And as well, I'm hoping we're gonna have another couple sessions with the newer CTE students. We'll arrange for the office visits again, so that not only are they learning about pathways to construction careers, construction positions, but also pathways to becoming architects or engineers as well. We want them to really understand all of it. So I just forgot to mention that to the board. Any questions?
Mr. Howard.
Thank you, Mr. President. First, I'd like to congratulate you guys on the presentation that you made at the NECSD conference, along with Dr. Campbell and Ms. Roaring. I mean, I was approached all weekend about that. And a lot of people, believe it or not, throughout the state are excited for us as a district to be going in that direction. But my question is, the units that you said that were put in the Hills building, will that be addressing the ventilation and cooling system in the cafeterias, in the work areas for the workers?
Sorry, I don't believe it addresses anything in the cafeteria. It addresses the gym as well as the smaller gym that's over there. There was ventilation hoods, I believe, that did address the cafeteria itself, but not.
So that was done?
Yes,
Awesome.
yeah.
Mr. Levinstein.
So if I can just take this opportunity and Madam Superintendent, Mr. Thoreau is here, correct? Thoreau now? I'm sorry. But I was wondering maybe if he could just say what his responsibilities are to this, our capital bond project and how he fits in with the construction teams that we have, if that would be possible, just for a brief explanation.
Certainly, thank you. So my name is Carl Thurnow, and the district has hired me to be what is commonly considered the owner's representative. So my experience is I'm a professional engineer with 35 years of experience. I was the director of facilities for the New York State Education Department from 1996 to 2016. I left that position after 20 years and went to the city school district of the city of New Rochelle as the director of facilities. In my time at state education, I was responsible for all public school construction in the state to the tune of approximately $5 billion a year of taxpayer dollars. I was recruited to go to New Rochelle because of that experience and because at the time New Rochelle was entering into a $120 million capital program, which they wanted me to operate for them. And at the same time, my experience at State Ed allowed me to help New Rochelle get the maximum state reimbursement that they were entitled to. So that experience is what I believe attracted the district to talk to me. My role specifically is basically to make sure that this district is getting the value and the quality of construction that you should, based on the documents and so forth. So we have a construction manager, we have an architect. Those folks are immediately responsible to work on a daily basis with the contractors, et cetera, negotiate the ins and outs of complicated construction projects, coordinate with the owner on a daily basis about work that needs to be performed in this area versus that area. My role, particularly on the CTE building, is if we just step back for a second and talk about how traditional public school construction is done in New York State. We're one of the last, if not the last entity that requires multiple prime contractors. And so that means you have a prime contractor for electrical, plumbing, HVAC, and capital construction. That means that all of them are on equal footing. I'm building a house right now. I am acting as my own GC. I'm responsible for the plumber. I'm responsible for the electrician. I am responsible, right? When prime contractors are all on equal footing, they don't have to talk to each other. It's the owner's responsibility to force them to coordinate and to force them to adhere to a common schedule and to force them to cooperate to get your project done on time and on appropriate quality. And so particularly when we talk about CTE, you have a special and unique situation, which is a project labor agreement, which allowed the district to hire a single contractor, in this case Pike, and Pike is now responsible for the plumber and the electrician and the HVAC. Pike is the entity that's responsible. You attract a different level of contractor when you have that opportunity. The Pikes of the world will not bid a normal school project because they need to be in charge so they can control their destiny, so to speak. But when we have an opportunity like this, when they are in charge of everything, then they can come to the table, rock and roll, finish the project, and make their money, their profit, and go on to the next. So in that role, my specific role in this case for that project is to make sure that the district's needs are being met in a timely manner, because it's not a normal situation where we're managing multiple primes. We're managing a single prime, and they're sophisticated enough in the construction industry today, when they are in charge, and only they are in charge, that if we don't relay district needs, district responses to questions to the construction team, the architect, and the construction manager, if we don't relay those district needs in a timely manner, that can delay the project. And those types of contractors, because that's the world they live in, they are ready, willing, and able to document those delays that the owner has potentially caused, and therefore turn around with a delay claim or things like that. So primarily on CTE in particular, my role is to make sure that the information is flowing appropriately and timely to get those answers, get those questions resolved, get it back to the construction team, get it back to the contractor, so that progress can continue. I'm involved on a daily basis through email, phone calls, etc. I'm here several times a week, and I attend project meetings and things of that nature, so that I have a complete understanding of what's going on a particular project. And so basically, in this case, my role is to help coordinate all the projects and make sure that, from my perspective, the owner is getting what you're entitled to.
Thank you very much for that explanation.
Thank you. Any questions? That was excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Before we move on, there's two gentlemen sitting at the table here, Mr. Levenstein, Mr. Howard, and long before any of us were sitting at the table, they were part of the vision that put this CTE building in plans and is now being built. And that goes back, I think, 2019, 2018. The world was a very different place. This morning, waking up, I look at the TV, Amazon's laying off 14,000 people. I think Walmart laid off 10,000 people last week. So we're in a real paradox, because job creation is weak in the United States. The paradox is we need 100,000 welders, we need 100,000 electricians, we need 100,000 HVAC people, we need auto body technicians, we need auto technicians, we need people who can work with their hands, something that we lost over a generation. So they probably didn't realize how great their vision was back in 2019, but this building coming online in 2026 is a gem. And I'll tell you, I was in the city when Dr. Manning made the presentation. The room was full, and you could sense, Mr. Howard will say, you could sense the jealousy in the room of the other districts. You could absolutely feel it. And when the presentation was done, you could feel it from the questions, how far behind these other districts suddenly felt they were, that they didn't have a CTE program. They didn't have people who could become dog groomers, which is an excellent trade, or veterinary technicians, or cosmetologists, or barbers, or nursing, or HVAC, and all the other ones I mentioned. This building is going to redefine this district. It is not without opportunities. Some people call those problems, but it's not without opportunities. We have a lot of work to do, but we're going to get the work done. But we're going to be able, in this district, to put our young people through a school that's going to put them out, when they graduate, into trades that pay initially $60,000 a year. We toss that number around, but the gentleman over there could tell you, if you're a journeyman electrician, you're substantially more than $60,000 a year when you're in a union. So we're in a really, really good place, and I would urge folks sitting in front of me, teachers, if you see a kid that you think could benefit from the trades education, please guide them accordingly. This is going to be great. I thank everyone who presented tonight. Mr. Howard.
Just dovetailing on that, Mr. President, I would say that it was a happy jealousy. It was a happy jealousy. They were happy, believe it or not. I had so many people approach me. They were happy for our children. They were happy for the opportunities that are going to be available to our scholars. So when you say a jealousy, I'm just going to, put the happy jealousy on. They were actually congratulating us and saying, good luck. This is transcendental, transformational, and they were wishing us well. They really were. throughout the entire weekend. Every time they looked at my badge, they saw Newburgh. They said, "Oh, that was an incredible presentation your district gave," and talked about how, how happy they were for what's going to happen with our children in the Newburgh and Large City School District.
Thank you, Mr. Howard. You have, okay. We are at section board president, a couple of resolutions. 6.1, resolution for second reading and adoption of policy 9501, non-represented employees. Get a motion and a second, please.
So move.
Second.
Any discussion on this item? Just as a review, this is an item that just modifies some, the way vacation is accrued for some of our non-represented employees.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Mr. DeRay?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Levenstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
No.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Thank you. 6.2, resolution for second reading and adoption of policies, 4,000s by consent. These policies have been reviewed by NISBA. They're, for the ones that are included, very minor changes. Any discussion? Get a motion and a second first, please.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion on 6.2? Ms. Bello?
Well, I think Ms. Wallace made some excellent points. Unfortunately, I got her email very late this afternoon, so it was a lot to digest in there, but I think that her points were very valid, and I think it would add a lot more accountability to some of these policies if they could be considered rather than rush through and approve them like right now.
I think for clarification, none of them are being rushed through because none of them are new policies. These are policies that have been reviewed by NISBA, and NISBA made their comments and said the policy is good. Many of them haven't been changed. I agree 100% with what Ms. Wallace said, and that's why we have a policy committee, and we're going to have to get busy in the policy committee looking at these things and adding or at least reviewing the ones that she spoke about to add to our, I'm going to say, menu of policies, but these are not new policies. These are just policies that have been reviewed that have existed.
I understand that. I just hope that we can truly have a commitment to review these, her concerns, because they're very valid concerns. Thank you.
Agreed. Any other discussion on this item?
Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Mr. DeRay?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Levenstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Need to entertain a motion to add the following agenda item, Mr. President. Be it resolved that the board hereby authorizes its attorney, Shaw, Pearlson, May, Lambert, LLP, to represent the district and individually reference board member defendants in appeals filed with the Commissioner of Education by David Ryan and Christine Bello, pursuant to the provisions of the law firm's retainer agreement with the district.
Thank you, Mr. McCoy. Can we get a motion and a second to add?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call to add Mr. DeRay,
Yes.
Mr. Howard, yes. Mr. Levenstein,
Yes.
Ms. Politi,
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello,
Yes.
Ms. Boucher,
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli,
Yes.
Ms. Burks.
Yes.
Thank you. Can we get a motion and a second on the resolution?
Second.
Roll call on the item that was added. Mr. Howard,
Yes.
Mr. Levenstein,
Yes.
Ms. Politi,
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello,
Yes.
Ms. Boucher,
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli,
Yes.
Ms. Burks,
Yes.
Mr. DeRay.
Yes. Thank you. We're at 6.3, board member community activity. If we could open up that presentation. Thank you. From the last, well, a couple meetings back, October 1 through October 29, what I'm trying to highlight for the audience, for members, is the activity that the board members perform during the course of their normal month. It's not just a matter of going to meetings. We are involved in an awful lot. We support many, many things. If you go to the next slide, please. So going back from the day after the last meeting, we had a couple of school visits still left. The Chestnut Street District Building, GAMS, we finished the tour. Mr. Bergarelli, Mr. Levenstein, myself. If you go back, if you stay with it, please. Okay. On the Chestnut Street Building, what I learned, that's kind of the heart of the district. We have printing shops, we have repair shops, we have upstairs an incredible new data center. We have people who do speech therapy and work with our speech therapist. And Mr. Bergarelli got to work on a tablet that a child could look at a tablet, and just by looking at it, they could determine they're communicating. I wish I had the video to show you, but when you looked at the child's face for the first time, they could communicate because they were nonverbal. It was really something to see. So that is an incredible building. I've said it before, every morning we wake up, we build a city. 12,000 kids, thousands of people that work with us, one of the largest employers in Orange County, and there's a lot of support that goes into that. We distribute thousands of meals per day with our food service workers, so quite incredible. GAMS, we finished the tour. We had done data the week before, but then we actually went out and visited several classrooms, which was absolutely fascinating. I'll pick up the pace here. If I had to use one word for GAMS, it would be enthusiastic. It was really a great tour. Now we go to the next slide. A Hispanic Heritage Night at Meadow Hill. Fantastic night. People work very, very hard to put these things on. Mr. Howard, Ms. Boucher, Mr. Levenstein, myself. Mr. Howard got his rice and beans recipes. He was very, very happy with that, and his pink sweatshirt for breast cancer awareness. Just a really nice night. Hispanic Heritage Celebration at the North Campus. This was equally nice because it was a mixture of high school kids, but also the presenters were from GAMS, K-5, and they represented different countries. They wore outfits from different countries, had the music. It was really a very, very nice morning. Halloween dance Miss Boucher went to at New Windsor School. And go to the next slide, please. Agenda setting, not exciting, but that's how we come up with how we go through these meetings. The Ramos Reading Room dedication, Mr. Levenstein managed to sneak out of a couple of meetings, went to Fostertown, and just a wonderful presentation for a wonderful reason. Newburgh and the Nation exhibit reception at the Newburgh Free Library. If you don't, I went with my wife, but if you don't get to our library, you're really missing a treat. We have Ben Gawker down there who's passionate about his library, and I understand why. And this exhibit's going to be there for a couple of years, but it's not just 3 paintings from an artist. It's 3 paintings plus the entire lobby is decorated with a nice mural and everything. It was really quite a nice evening. Let's go to the next slide, please. Policy Committee meeting, Ms. Burke, Mr. Howard, Mr. Bergarelli, Audit and Finance Committee meeting we had. Next one, I'll stop there for a second. Phil and I went to the Armory and met with Mr. Bill Kaplan. I'm sure many of you are familiar with him. But we reviewed the Orange County Early Literacy Program. This has been a passion of Mr. Howard's to get kids reading as soon as they can. So program is run by Orange County. It had about 50 children in the gymnasium and just a great program. Kids who couldn't even walk yet were still exposed to books. And a part of the program was, it's only, I think, an hour and a half or 2 hours once a week, but The families sit down, the families are given books, children learn to appreciate books, and I think that's a good way to start. Next slide, if you could. Ms. Politi and cross-country, invitationals, modified invitationals, girls volleyball with Mr. Bergarelli. Ms. Politi, Mr. Bergarelli went to senior night recognition for cross-country, volleyball, Mr. Bergarelli, Mr. Howard. Next slide, if you could. Soccer senior night, Mr. Howard went to. Ms. Boucher's been going to youth football on the weekends. Mr. Levenstein, Ms. Burks went to the SNUG Newburgh Shooting Response Rally. We had the NYSBA delegate meeting Mr. Levenstein went to. Next slide. Mr. Howard and the MBK Fellows went to the 30-year celebration of the Million Man March, co-sponsored by FACE. On 10/23, I went to the NYSBA Academy down in New York City, a board officer academy for one day. We attended the football game on Friday night, Mr. Bergarelli, myself, grandson. And to top it off, the NYSBA New York City Convention, 3 days of workshops and networking. Mr. Howard, Ms. Burks, Ms. Boucher, Mr. Levenstein, all those folks gave up a weekend. They don't get paid for this. It's just something they're passionate about. And it's just, they call it, at the keynote address, they call it the Super Bowl of NYSBA. So it's quite something. We did talk about the NECSD CTE presentation. It was just a great afternoon. So one more. Oh, okay, so tomorrow you can meet the scariest people in the district, the school board. And we're going to be over at GAMS. And we're going to do trunk or treat. We're going to sponsor it. It's a little bit different. Mr. Howard earlier this evening mentioned, hey, we have this diversity within our community, and we do. But it is a strength that we could build on. And our theme for our trunk is unity in our community. So we welcome you. If you like the board, come out, come see us, bring your kids. We'll give you candy. If you don't like us, come out, bring your kids. We'll give you some candy. But it's all about the kids. That's what tomorrow is. We're not going to talk about policy or anything like that. We are going to enjoy the children that we're really all here for. So that is my update. Thank you.
Mr. President. Mr. President.
Mr. Howard.
Mr. President, thank you. I know you asked us about these events, but two of the things that I did attend, I want to share with the board. Today I went to NFA West. They started their exhibitions, and I would encourage board members to go see the exhibitions of these young people. Incredible when they talk about their student-centered learning and what they're learning in their courses and everything, and they do it in exhibition style. So I would encourage all board members at some point in time to try to get over there and just experience the exhibitions. But there's one more thing I want to talk about that I didn't mention. So about 2 years ago, I met a young lady, Miss Conchetta Carbone. Could you please stand? She left? Yes. Oh my goodness. But I'll talk about it anyway. So 2 years ago, I was invited to her classroom. I went there, I was watching the study, and a couple students caught my eyes. And we started talking about the students. And with her help, we put together a cohort of kids that's sixth graders. And I would go there every week to mentor these young boys. And we started a group, Mr. Howard's Boys, we call it. And Ms. Carbone has been an integral part in helping me put this program together. And we meet every week, and we've done this for the last 3 years. We've done it as sixth graders, we've done it as seventh graders, and now these young boys are eighth graders. Now they're the ambassadors of the school. And I just wanted to thank her, but she left on me. I wanted to thank her for helping me put this program together and keeping it together, because I think it's something important. I think the young people enjoy it. The young boys, they love it. When they know them come, Ms. Carbone will put a letter out. We have a Google group where we actually meet and talk about what it's supposed to be, behavior from a behavior standpoint, performance standpoint, and just camaraderie. And I wanted to thank her publicly, but she's probably at home looking at it on TV right now. So thank you, Conchetta. And I want to thank the young boys too, because this is an incredible group of young men, young boys over there. There's about a group of about 12 to 15, and we keep growing. We keep growing. So once again, that's what I did. I also would have liked to have added that, but I didn't. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Howard. Sade first. Go ahead, Ms.
I
Burks.
would just like to add that I did attend and I didn't add it, and I forgot to. I did have a chance to attend the 30th anniversary of the Million Man March. It was a great event. I enjoyed it. The most important part to me was hearing the MBK fellows speak, to hear those young men speak and be so in tune to what is going on in today's society. It was a great pleasure, and then it was even more of a pleasure to have my son there as a 9-year-old African-American young man. It's important to me to present him with positive male role models, so to have him there with me was very special.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Dr. Martinez Morales wanted to make sure that I mentioned that there's also a beautiful slide presentation and link on our website about National Hispanic Month. So please visit so you can see some of the beautiful celebrations that we've had. Thank you.
Thank you. We're at item 7, student board member tonight, Ms. Morales.
So just a little introduction. My name is Jamades. I am a student at NFA Maine. I'm also a senior. So to get started, I did have a slideshow. So next slide, please. So first, I wanted to point out the successful homecoming week that we just had. It consisted of our Spirit Week from Monday through Friday. On Tuesday, we had our Powder Puff game, which was seniors against juniors, and it's a flag football game. So senior girls went against junior girls. The seniors won 33-14, so go seniors. We had our prep rally on Thursday. Each grade was assigned a different color and went against each other in multiple mini games such as Hungry Hungry Hippos and musical chairs. There was lots of music, school spirit, and a lot of teamwork. So that was very fun. We had our homecoming game on Friday. It was also our pink out for breast cancer awareness. And it was also our senior night for the cheerleaders, the footballers, and the dancers. We ended that night with Newburgh winning against Pine Bush, so congrats on that win. And then to wrap up that amazing week, we had our homecoming dance, which the theme was Starstruck in the City on Saturday. So I want to thank all the faculty and the students that were involved in making these events possible, because without them, it wouldn't have happened. So I want to thank them and give them a round of applause for doing that for us. Those are the pictures, by the way. I love putting pictures and stuff. Okay, next slide, please. College preparation. So this slide is a little bit of a trigger for me because I'm a senior. But today we had a college panel and a college fair. Unfortunately, the college panel have already passed. It was at 5:30. And it talked about the process and the steps that upcoming high school graduates would need to take to prepare for college. And the college fair is still going on. I think it ends at 8. There is 75 plus colleges there, and everyone is welcome to learn more about different colleges and universities and potentially find the college and university that might best fit for them. November 6th, we will be having a financial aid night at the North Campus from 6 to 8. I will be there because it's a hassle, but they will be talking about how to fill out your financial aid and FAFSA, and if you have any questions, please attend that night because it is important, and if you want to save money on college, and if you guys have any upcoming students going up, it's very important. So to save money, please go to that night. Okay, next slide. This is a fun slide. So the Chicago musical. NFA presents the Chicago Teen Edition musical at NFA main campus. The Teen Edition version of Chicago is a lively jazz-filled musical set in the roaring 20s, following rivals Roxy Hart and Velma Cali in their ruthless pursuit of fame, offering all the style, satire, and spectacle of the original production while remaining appropriate for the younger performers and audiences. The thing that's very fun about this is that the cast are NFA students, and they work super hard with faculty, directors, part of the dance and the musical departments. So I point this out because tickets are available now. There's 2 slots, November 14th and November 15th at 7 p.m. both of them, and at the main campus auditorium. Next slide, please. We already had mentioned about the trick-or-treat tomorrow on the 29th, but we will be having that at Gam Elementary School from 5 to 7. Every NECSD student and their families are welcome. There will be candy, trucks, and costumes. The musical, cheerleaders, and student council students will be there decorating their trucks, so thank you to them for giving away their cars to make that night so special. And then to wrap it up, I wanted to mention about Halloween. As we all know, Halloween is the 31st. I want to wish everybody a happy Halloween and to remain safe and make smart decisions. So, yeah.
Thank you, that was excellent.
Thank you.
All right, we're at item 8, Clerk of the Board.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have the approval of the minutes from the October 14th board meeting.
Thank you. Get a motion and a second on 8-1?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Mr. Levinstein,
Yes.
Ms. Politi,
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello,
Yes.
Ms. Boucher,
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli,
Yes.
Ms. Burks,
Yes.
Mr. Duray,
Yes.
Mr. Howard.
Yes.
That concludes my items, Mr. President.
Thank you, sir. Number 9, Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources. Good evening, Ms. Holder.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have items 9.1 to 9.24 on consent for your consideration.
Thank you. Would anybody like to separate out any items? Ms. Bello.
9.16, 9.17, and 9.18.
Okay, I would like to separate out 9.24. So could I get a motion and a second on 9.1 to 9.24 minus 9.16, 0.17, 0.18, and
So moved.
0.24?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion on these items? Mr. Levinstein.
So the Personnel Committee did not meet, but Ms. Holder, is the following an accurate description of the Human Resources agenda being as presented now? HR agenda items A through H, including appointment, change of statuses, leave of absences, and resignations. Stipulation of settlement of agreement between the district and a district employee. Supplemental memorandum of agreement between the district and the Newburgh Teachers Association. Supplemental memorandum of agreement between the district and the CSEA. Appoint the following: Assistant Director of Facilities, Assistant School Lunch Director, School Business Administrator, and Acting Purchasing Agent. Create the following positions: a full-time plumber position till 12/31/25 to allow the training of a new district plumber prior to the retirement of a current plumber. Create a school business administrator position. Approve the following appointments: winter athletic coaches, Marist Early College High School program appointments, Early College High School Smart Scholars program appointments, Critical Incident Stress Management Team, Empire After School appointments, supported by a $1.4 million grant, home teaching appointments, which fulfills the New York State Education Department requirement and district obligations, Newburgh Free Library after-school homework help program appointments, Hope Project Fall and Spring Session appointments funded by the federal McKinney-Vento grant, 21st Century After-School Program appointments funded by 21st Century grant, district trunk or treat event appointments, rescind and approve Supervisor of Restorative Justice, Director of Physical Education and Health appointment, Director of Exceptional Learners appointment, and tenure appointment. Ms. Holder, is this correct?
Yes, it is, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any further questions on 9.1 to 9.24 minus 9.16, 1.7, 1.8, and 0.24?
Roll call, Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Mr. Duray?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Thank you. Can we get a motion and a second on 9.16?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Discussion on the item? Ms. Bello?
Yeah, I'm just curious. Didn't we just hire a school business administrator at the September 30th meeting? Why do we need another position?
These are they cover two different things. So we gave the information when we put the agenda out. The information is in the admin content. So one of the positions, it was created to cover purchasing. So if you want to fill.
One position covers purchasing accounts payable and other areas of responsibility. The second position is at the recommendation of council to replace the previously created Director of Business and Operations.
Okay, I did request job descriptions. I haven't received them. And that request went in early this morning, so I'm hesitant. I'm just concerned about duplication of services here. So that's why I wanted the job description to make a comparison. But if I don't get that information, it's difficult to make an informed decision.
Thank you, Ms. Bello. Any further discussion on 9.16?
Roll call, Ms. Christine Bello?
No.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Mr. Duray?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and a second on 9.17?
So moved.
Second. Discussion on 9.17.
Roll call, Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Mr. Duray?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
No.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and a second on 9.18, please?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion on 9.18? Ms. Bello?
If this is an acting purchasing agent, right? So it's an extension of the school business administrator appointment? So does that require additional pay as or is that, again, if I had the job description, it would have been easier, but is that a separate pay scale on that when they have to act as an
There's no
acting
additional pay.
Okay.
Typically, in July, at the organizational meeting, the board designates both a purchasing agent and an acting purchasing agent so that district-wide procurement can occur even in the absence of the purchasing agent, who has a right to take vacation here and there. So this position was appointed at that time, but we do not have it currently filled while we were waiting to identify a person to do that. So again, there's no additional compensation, but it is critical to the continued operations of the district as a whole.
Any further discussion on 9.18?
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Mr. Duray?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
No.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Okay, get a motion and a second on 9.24, please.
So moved.
Second. Thank you. Discussion on 9.24? I will mention, this is for tenure. We have 3 people tonight. Music, Matthew Kamara. Teaching assistant, Almarine Jazino. Teaching assistant, Christine Stengel. Congratulations to all. We've said it before, we're going to have November is coming, and we will be recognizing tenure people from July until up to November.
Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Mr. Duray?
Yes.
Mr. Howard? Mr.
Yes.
Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Thank you. We are at item 10, Assistant Superintendent of Finance. Good evening, Ms. Roaring.
Good evening. The Finance Division presents items 10.1 to 10.11 for your consideration on routine consent this evening.
Thank you. Would anybody like to separate out any items? Get a motion on a second?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on these items? That's sir.
Roll call, Mr. Duray?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Thank you. Item 11, Assistant Superintendent, CIO, DPO. Good evening, Mr. McGrath.
Good evening. The Department of Technology and Data presents for the board's consent items 11.1 and through 11.3.
Thank you. Would anybody like to separate out any item? Get a motion in a second?
So move.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion on 11.1 to 11.3?
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Mr. Duray?
Yes.
Thank you. This concludes my items.
Thank you. We're at item 12, Assistant Superintendent, Curriculum and Instruction, Elementary. Dr. O'Grady.
Thank you so much. CNI Elementary presents 12.1 and 12.2 for your consent and consideration.
Thank you. Would anybody like to separate out 12.1 or 12.2? Okay, get a motion and a second on 12.1 and 12.2.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion on either item?
Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Mr. Duray?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Thank you. We're at item 13.
That concludes my items. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Item 13, Assistant Superintendent, Curriculum and Instruction, Secondary. Good evening, Dr. Soto.
Good evening, President. Our division presents agenda items 13.1 and 13.2 for the board's consideration on consent.
Thank you. Would anybody like to separate out either item? Get a motion and a second on 13.1 and 13.2.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion on either item?
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Mr. Duray?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Thank you. That concludes my items for this evening.
Thank you. Item 14, Assistant Superintendent, Exceptional Learners. Mr. McGrath.
Thank you. The Division of Exceptional Learners presents item 14.1 for the board's consideration.
Thank you. Get a motion and a second on 14.1.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on the item?
Ms. Christine Bello?
Yes.
Ms. Boucher?
Yes.
Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Mr. Duray?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.
Thank you. This concludes my items.
Thank you. We're at item 15, public comment on agenda items. Agenda items only, limited to 2 minutes, and that includes any board member who would like to speak on agenda items.
If there's anybody else, if there's anybody that would like to address the board on stuff that was talked about on the agenda, please come to the podium.
Okay. All right. Item 17, adjourn the meeting of the board. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Thank you.
Ms. Boucher? Mr. Bergarelli?
Yes.
Ms. Burks?
Yes.
Mr. Duray? Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Politi?
Yes.